Anyway, so another question. This was Sauce T Boss asks, what would be your top cities to live in and why? LA is my top city. I actually wanted to move to LA before I moved to Houston. The reason I even moved to Houston because I felt like it was halfway to LA. So I was like, if I can get halfway around the country, halfway, because I'm from Florida, if I can get halfway in the middle of the country, I can make it to California. So California is the first place. I like the weather. I like the sunshine. I just like their vibe. I'm a very much so cut off shorts, t-shirt, maxi dress type of girl. It reminds me of Florida, but not as like terrible and racist. So yeah, California is still to this day. If it ever the opportunity came that I could move to Los Angeles, I would definitely move to Los Angeles. I would do New York, but I would never want to live my whole life in New York. If I was younger, I wouldn't have mind doing like 2 or 3 years in New York. I don't want to do the whole thing in New York. And because it's New York, I mean, it's enough said. Like the trains, chilling, everybody be vibing, the culture, top tier. And if I could go overseas, I wouldn't mind going abroad and doing some time in either Paris, France, or Italy.
Definitely New York. But I wouldn't want to live in New York for the rest of my life. I would definitely do like a couple years or something like that.
Right.
Before my best friend got pregnant with her first child, we were actually planning on moving to New York for about 6 months to a year. But she, of course, ended up getting pregnant, and so that kind of sucks.
Spoiler alert.
That spoiled everything. But when I went to New York, I realized that I wouldn't want to live in New York. I have family that lives in New York.
But you want to live in Connecticut or Jersey?
I would probably live in Jersey.
I really like Jersey. We have family in Jersey.
I mean, I had a aunt that, my cousin, she lived in Harlem. I had a cousin that lived in Queens. I had a cousin that, I had an aunt that lived in Brooklyn. I'm sorry. And then 2 cousins that lived in, everybody lived in a borough. Mm-hmm. So I got to experience all of the boroughs, and then I got to experience Manhattan. New York is a great place. I love the vibe and the energy. I love the culture. I mean, there's so much culture. I'm a big mafia person. I love watching like mafia shit, and
me too.
You know, I'm big on that. So I love that element. I mean, New York is very gritty and all of that, but I personally could not just live there. LA, California, I have family that's from California as well. My dad's side of the family is from California and East Coast.
Start spreading the news. Oh, that's
and you know, I don't know. I think for me, like, LA is very I don't know. It's not something that I could catch on to. Maybe like Venice Beach, maybe. But just like LA
San Fran,
materialistic side of it. San Fran, I do like San Francisco. I've been to San Francisco. But I don't know. It's just something about that materialistic fake side of LA. I really just can't gravitate towards.
Oh, you would hate Miami.
I don't care for Miami. I mean, I've been to better beaches.
South Beach is terrible. I be wanting to tell y'all that all the time.
I've been to better beaches.
I'm from Florida, and South Beach ain't even in my top 5.
If I were to live somewhere abroad, it would probably be like Mexico City. I would definitely live like in Mexico City. You would definitely find me in Mexico City or like Portofino, Italy. I would definitely live somewhere off the water, or in the middle of the desert, like Santa Fe, New Mexico. Yeah.